Hey everyone, let's build Izzie and Bunchu the Bunny by LEGO DREAMZzz. Set number 71453 contains 259 bricks, retails for $19.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. And that is essentially what we're making. Compared to the last few sets, they were kind of dark and gloomy, but this one doesn't look like it belongs with the theme. Well, that's not too bad. I already got the 3 piles of bricks keyed up, and here we have the instruction manual. Yeah, this is a bit of a change here than the dark, gloomy colors. It doesn't really tell us what we're building, so we're going to start right here. And let's build it. Let's start with bag 1. Now, I want to get this thing out of the way because I got a bunch of videos and a parts haul I got to start going through. And I've gotten the building guide for the pontoon boat all done. In fact, I just got to put a copy of it on Patreon and I'm ready to go. I mean, it's there. I mean, I am getting it done and haven't started any new tutorials yet. I got a bunch of ideas drafted though. So that's pretty much what's been up with me. Just haven't done much of anything. It's getting too hot, and she's got a double-sided head, and I think there's only one figure in here. Just got to find all the little pieces and stuff first. So anyways, I'm just glad to I'm just glad to get some stuff done here. It's just now I got to do the set builds again, and yeah, I'll never accept this theme again though. Let's see how this set goes here. It should be okay. It's not like it's dull and depressing, but we don't know. Now I'm probably gonna I want to take a nap after this, but what I'm gonna do first is just do the whole video. I already got the thumbnail for the parts done. So essentially she has been finished. Matter of fact, let me take a look here real quick. I want to make sure I have it in my camera roll. Okay, yes I do. The beauty of using that. Alright, I use my phone as the camera too. So she's done, and then you have the little Easter bunny that's right here. So this would make a great little figure for like maybe a child's room or something. Okay. And yeah, that's kind of creepy there. Oh, we got to do more figures. Oh, I thought that was it. I'm trying to get myself comfy here because this is going to be boring. I'm hoping it's not, but and I just really want to get back into, boy, that would be something. What do you know, if you're into making more haunted places, this would almost be good for a shadow person. You know, those creepy things you'd see out of the corner of your eye and their eyes glow. Yeah, that would really do it, huh? Where was he when I was doing the Amityville Horror House? Have him peeking around the corner. You know, and it's too late now. Well, wait a minute, that's right. I got the building guide. I can always rebuild it, huh? Yeah. A lot of the big boys don't even have the building guides. Or they don't make them. I do. He's got this net. And I think that's it. And now we're going to start into the bunny, and this is not a family build because I was hoping everything would be divided up. So let's get going on the bunny. So I've been really, whoops. Oh, by the way, this doesn't come with the brick separator, so and it's got some small pieces, so this one will probably get dinged a little bit. So basically, I'm just trying to get building guides done. I also have a couple for a garage. That one just needs to be finalized. And I have one or two that I got to get done for a vehicle or a few vehicles. So, and the tiny house didn't get a lot of views like I was hoping. So I may end up next year saving the larger builds strictly for Patreon. And those builds will be delayed probably for a year or two. So the Patreon guys get to have them. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I mean, I know my content can get pretty lengthy, but that's how I back it up. That, you know, like I mentioned in a few videos ago, that was the only way I had back then. That's all I had, was making videos, you know, backing up my ideas. Now I can not only have a video copy, but I also have a printed guide copy, which I prefer more. But I am getting more requests for the building guide for the tiny house than I am than the views on the video. So here's the deal. If you ask me that question, I may respond back if it gets enough requests. I'm almost at that point now where if I get a few more requests for the tiny house building guide, I will post it. And I looked at it, it would be no more than probably $7. All right, this doesn't go here. And, or somebody says, well, Jay, you must be wanting to make money off that stuff. Trust me, I'm not going to get rich making PDF files. You know, it's just my time and stuff like that. And it's a better way of preserving my ideas than just videos. Plus it's, you know, it gets me a little bit exposed to making more building guides and learning. Actually, I call it more of a craft than anything else on how to make really good building guides. These are quality like Lego, maybe a little better. Sorry, Lego, but I do everything by hand. I don't use AI to do that. But I don't get a lot of people asking for Patreon, but they're asking me, hey, I don't want to join Patreon, I'll buy a building guide or two from you. So I need to get off my rear. Like I said, I need to start focusing more on selling the guides. And as far as for how's that go in there like that? As far as for the video builds, you know, they're going to be, you know, it depends. If more people are not interested in those, I have to, because I got other things I got to do in life. I can't just continuously build Lego tutorials. Although the video tutorials are part of the build, you know, for me to back up my ideas. Basically, it's just like what I do here. And then when I do the building tutorial, that's it. And now everybody and their grandma now is making speed build tutorials, and that's what everybody prefers. Me just to do this with piano music. But why don't a lot of these guys write up a printed building guide, because it takes so much time. Even as something as fast as a car, you may watch a 10 or 12 minute tutorial on a car, that guide could take several hours to write up. And I'm talking about writing up to where it's up to Lego's quality standards and past my standards. I want to make sure that you, the builder, is getting a really good experience. And I don't want to just produce some junk and say, here you go. That will not help out. Remember, I've always said I use those same guides along with you. So I don't want to build something and it's hard for not only you to follow along, but for me as well. So it's the quality control in there. I want to make sure that's really good. So, if, you know, in my family, memory loss does run in it. So I'm hoping one day, I hope it never happens, but if it ever did, I would be able to recall what I did. You know. So, tonight I'm going to be having it's a ham dinner tonight. So, I get this done and take a nap and fix that up. And I need to make an appointment to get my mop chopped. Just got to do it. Next week is pretty lightweight in terms of work, so I shouldn't have an excuse. All right. So yeah, if you've ever watched the other episodes of this or the different various installments of the LEGO Dreams sets that I've been putting together, most of these have been dry and boring. All right. Now this one's got some pretty interesting colors. So here's the deal. I think this goes on the other side here. Yes, it does. This, so far, with the color scheme, it's keeping my interest. And one of the things that I have noticed, even with my own tutorials and stuff, it all depends on the color of the build. Like red is very flashy, red is very, attractive. But building a fifth wheel out of all solid red bricks would look kind of weird, So there's always a place for certain colors. And this set here, when I was doing the unboxing, it was a change. Like it's all deep colors. You got your corals and your azures and all sorts of stuff, and purples and yellows. It's got a lot of bright colors. This is the type of stuff LEGO I'd like to see more of. If I want to build something dingy, I'll build real life stuff, Okay, we already did that. Now, I did not see a sticker sheet in this set. So, that's obviously a good thing. We got to find a printed tile with the mouth. Now, one of the things that I am going to be looking at here, in grading this set, this is a $20 set for 250 pieces, and if it's all printed, that's really good. It means I don't have to fight to put the stickers on. And it's bright and colorful. Look at that, it's bright and colorful. This is something you could build in a nice spring, summer, fall day. Or even winter. That's what I'm looking for right now. Let's see what these are. We got to build 2 of them. Okay. So bag 1 does the figures. And well, that's kind of a funny way to do it. We got to build 2 of these though. It does the figures. And what is it? Bunchu, something, the bunny. I can't remember. I forgot already. And it looks like it just does his body and legs, or his torso, head, and legs. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you get a lot of dark azure in here too. These are colors that I kind of want to get more of. Yeah, I still got to get that haul video done. I just got to do is write up the metadata and do the thumbnail. But my main goal this weekend was to get the building guide done for the pontoon. And I always like to give one item from my Patreon followers a week, at least one. Sometimes I'll do 2 if I'm getting a backlog of inventory. And so if you're on my Patreon, thank you, thank you, thank you. And number 2, I got more stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to start hitting the older builds, once I get done with these. And this is the 4th one I'm putting together so far. So there was one that was sort of okay. There was 2 that were just right down boring. And this one here doesn't seem too terribly bad at all. So this might be a winner for us today. like this is just more of an action figure than anything else, and that's a nice color scheme there. So I know Dan was mentioning something about oddball colors. Yeah, this set's, if you like these oddball ones, there you go. So and I recommend that when it's doing the part haul. It's like or the part unboxing, the brick explorations. Like if you're looking for oddball medium to small pieces, there you go. You know. Especially these inverted plates with bow. Last night I watched a movie, I think it was called Dark Night of the Scarecrow. It was like a movie back from, I think, from 1980. Oh man, I'm glad I wasn't on that guy's bad side. But it was something different to watch. Oh wait. Oh, okay, I didn't make a mistake. It's like, did I make a boo-boo? But I was watching that movie. It was a really old one, but you know, tell by the music and stuff. But actually, it was a pretty decent movie for its time, and better than the crap I've been finding on video lately. And I saw that I think it's an area in LA, Los Angeles, for those who don't know what that means. They're actually bringing back DVD and videotape rentals. Oh, this is the ears. Okay. I thought, I like my streaming stuff. I ain't giving that up for anybody. I thought, well, we'll get into that into the next bag. Why? We just finished up bag 1. And that is what we have remaining there. All right, let's move on to bag 2. So that's essentially what bag 1 does. So yeah, video stores. Yeah, that was something we had when I was a kid and as a teenager and a very young adult. And I'll tell you, yeah, the nostalgia is real. And we got to make 2 of these. But for me personally, I'm spoiled. I like to, we got to listen to the ear again. I don't want to deprive you. And I remember going in there renting video games and stuff, but now everything now is you download it and it's convenience. Here we go. That wasn't too loud, but do I miss the video days? You used to go in and read the titles, but now you can go on. Like I've been slowly working on my Plex server, and I've been ripping a lot of movies like Blu-rays and DVDs for my own personal use. For, friends and family would loan them to me, and I'll make a copy. And I would just put a copy on the server and watch it whenever. And a lot of us will do that. And it's just nice to do. Sometimes I'll go into a store and I'll find like a Blu-ray or a DVD that's really cheap. Like a movie that I want to watch or something I want to preserve. And I'll just purchase it and rip a copy. And let's see here. Okay, it goes like this. And, when I was a kid, we didn't have all that stuff. I'd like to just do that now. Oh, wait a minute, are these legs? Wait a minute. Oh, I put them on backwards. That's like, okay, that just comes out. All right. I wasn't paying attention here. They're not supposed to go here. They're supposed to go down here. But yeah, I do miss. All right. The old days of things. last night we were all talking about on Discord the old McDonald's and how McDonald's was so magical, especially outdoor play areas, that now that they say that they're very unsafe. And I thought, man, I never got hurt at a McDonald's. Maybe I got my feelings hurt because we couldn't go, but still. All right. All right, so these are mirrors. Okay, we're just going to do that real quick. And those were the days, you know. I remember my mom, when she would go out with her friends, my dad would take my sister and I to McDonald's for the night. They always had the play area, and those were always fun. We didn't want to go home. And, yeah. I remember I built that McDonald's in Lego, and I didn't have the parts to even get the play area started, so I just wrapped it up more as a mid-modern one. But I think if I ever go back and rebuild the building guide for... Okay, that's going way over there. Well, fine, whatever. But whenever I get around to preserving that build, I may rebuild it with a play area that's optional. I've already been getting people ask me that willing to buy the building guides for $50, $60 for that build. Looking at it thinking, yeah, I don't know if I'll sell it for that much. But kind of got to thinking, though, I'd like to... I think the McDonald's kind of changed a lot of stuff because it was something I can put sig figs in. And I have one of my... I would think of him more as a friend than a fan. Wants to make a sig fig so he can have this thing displayed in one of my mocks. I'm like, sure. You're always in our group and you always talk to everybody. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible. Just got to build another mock eventually. But for some of the newer thumbnails now, I'm starting to include sig figs, if you've already noticed. And I like to do that. It just makes the build seem much better. It's like saying, hey, thank you for taking the time to watch my stuff. I'm going to put you in the thing. Oh, wait a minute. I just made one mistake. I forgot. We got to mirror this. So let me flip this around. So it's like that. Okay. And that wasn't too scary, huh? Okay, yeah. Matter of fact, I'm just going to do it like that so you can see both sides, and so can I. This one is one of them working out of the manual. And yeah, I gotta do a bunch more thumbnails. I'm going to retrofit the old ones too. And I make the thumbnails all in stud, and that's how I've been doing it. And then I will just drop in sig figs if needed and rotate them out so everybody will be able to visit things. That takes a lot of time to do those because some of the older thumbnails I don't have that all prepared. So hopefully someday it'll be easy to do all that. I look at a lot of the big guys on YouTube that do Lego. Like I said, you know, they kind of just more focused on the views than they are focused on the fanship. Plus it makes the build more exciting. Yep, so today is like in the 80s, but by next Saturday, and today is I think the 25th of June 2023, it's a Sunday. By this time next week it'll be at like 109, 110. So I've been kind of enjoying the nice weather right now, and kind of doing some stuff outside before it gets too hot. And you get a lot of these little 1x1 by 2/3 plate with bow in coral. So if you're looking for this piece in coral, there you go. Looks more like a hand than a foot. That could be what this is too. Okay. Yeah, there's some construction going on next door again. In fact, I'm one of the very few places out here that don't even have solar on my house. And I'm trying to think of ways to not have it all over the tiles. The house has got Spanish tiles, and I don't want to cover all that up. If it was the old roof that was on here before, I would have just put a tin roof on it and just do it the other way. So I wouldn't care if that's covered up. Because once you start puncturing holes in your roofing felt, you're going to have leaks. Okay. And we already did this, so we can skip this one here. And that's it. Right there, we're not done yet. Alright, so that's essentially what he looks like so far. Or we'll have a better look at him in a bit. If these are hands, and what's scaring me, I only have one of these here. So maybe it's a different type of hand. I'm taking a look. Matter of fact, they look the same. Well, let's make another duplicate here. This time I got to pay attention, huh? Yeah, but I sure just kind of glad though that I'm starting to transition over from videos to printed guides. You know, you won't get the commentary or anything like that, but the thing about a printed guide is that you can build at your own pace. You got the parts list and all that stuff. And it's a lot better than what I'm doing now. I'm trying not to make it seem like I'm advertising here. But I know somebody's going to get all mad when they start noticing I'm going to slowly start winging away from it. I mean, if these videos are getting tons of views, don't roll off. If these videos are getting tons of views, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna keep making them. But if they lose views, that's it. I thought the tiny house, everybody was hounding me about it. Even blocked a few people because they were calling me a liar and stuff because I wasn't releasing it. Well, there it is. And matter of fact, I've already got a few thumbs downs on it already. You know, I think because it didn't have a parts list. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. This goes on first. And looks like the rim side goes down on the bottom, so you put this in like here where the cross axles, where the lug nuts are at. And because my building guides they're not as colorful as these, it's just the parts are. And the beauty about doing the building guides, like I said, is I could store a lot more on a server. I could put more on my own tablet You get some blue macaroni pieces too. Yeah, I'm going to try to do this one here real quick and just get it done so I can, because I really like to get back into, I think this is the one we were messing with here. It snaps right in there, and this one goes here. Well, if you have arthritis in your hands, good luck getting that in there. Can he sit down? Oh, he can. How far can he stand to sit up? No, he'll fall down. Not too bad. Yeah, same thing. All right. Okay, we're sticking something right in there. We'll leave that for your imagination. Or maybe it's for the tail. Maybe that's the next thing we're putting together. These guys sound like they're pounding a hole through my wall. Yeah, there's people who work on Sundays out here too. And I don't blame them the way the economy is right now. You know, more people now are working longer. A lot of good coral parts in here. This must be the tail. So far, this is not a bad build. Like I said, color also plays a big role in these too. And some may say, well, it doesn't. It's the build experience. Build quality has nothing to do with color, but build experience does. As you can use all the colors of the rainbow in a very flimsy, flaky build, and it will not last long. It'll get a bad grade. That's why you hear me say, oh, the set was boring to put together, but it's very robust. It's pretty durable. And that's it. So the tail goes on there, and that's what we have remaining. And no, I'm not done yet. Let me put those in there. Yeah, I still break my videos in between segments. So there's the tail. Now he can sit up. And we're going to go ahead and do the blue one. Okay, now let's move on to bag 3. And now we're going to be doing the blue thing here. That'd be at page 58. Could have just picked green, but yeah, we'll just do blue. And we got to build 2. So just 2 regulars. Let's get going on that too. Yeah, it'd be nice though to get the building guides done. I got like 6 or 7 left to complete. I still got 14 videos for the year. And I'm going to start slowing down on reviews because I noticed my channel is getting so heavily saturated with, my main channel is getting saturated with review offers. I may just do some of the review offers here. Okay, because I'd like to start slowly putting reviews here and eventually have my main channel strictly what it was intended for. I was going to do that in 2020 until I got accepted into this program. It was right after the pandemic and everybody's on lockdown, and that's when I decided, you know what, I'm going to start converting the channel over to strictly mocks and tutorials. And it never happened because I'm doing that again, but I'm going to start thinking about it more and more. Okay, so these are going to be like our roller skates, huh? Roller Boogie Boy. A roller boogie bunny. Okay. And then, I hope I don't have to rip things off. Although that's what, okay, wait a minute. So that's what the provisions on the bottom of his feet are for. Probably for these jumper plates to fit in there. Now I'm kind of curious. Is that what they're for? So how I'm doing the reviews now, I'm doing small, medium, large, small, medium, large. The last set before this one was the, what was that one I did? It may not be released yet in terms of I haven't gotten finished editing it. It's been filmed. Wait a minute, I've been editing, actually I'm processing the footage now for part 2. There's 4 pieces to that one. So I'm doing small, medium, large, just to kind of space everything out a bit. But I'm going to get them done because I really, like I said, I want to get back into mock building. There's a couple things I want to do for the winter months. Okay. And then we take the 2 flame pieces. I don't have, well, I have a bunch of these now that are getting in different colors. I think I have green, blue, pink, and now yellow. Just need a nice red and orange, and there you go. That's yellow with flame, yellowish orange in the middle. Okay. Let's put these on first. Imagine doing that to your rollerblades. Jeez. That would be something, but you wouldn't survive the crash. You'd be too top heavy for those. That's why they show him getting thrust to the back there. And doesn't tell you how these go on, so let's see if we can figure it out. So yeah, that's supposed to fit in there like that. So let's see how easy they are to snap in place. So they're meant to be removed. Now the feet do move around, so be very careful. They're kind of wanting to kind of go around there. Let's do the other one. There we go. And of course it'd be made more sense if he were to do it like this. And you can't see what I'm doing there, but that's what he looks like Bugs Bunny, except blue. And yeah, so maybe I need to tip him back a bit. There we go. And we're not done yet. We got to build 2 things. Oh, we got to build the wrist guards, huh? We got to make it extra safe. You know, the sad thing is when I'm doing these, I won't hear your responses until like a week or 2 later in terms of when I get done filming these. Actually, these are going to be released. I don't know what order I'm releasing them in, though. So I think what I'm going to do is do the review. We're going to do the half-baked review. I'm going to do the final review because this is just going to be like I just sit down and I don't even have to bring out the turntable for this one. Just sit down and just talk about it. And these just sit on here. So the accessories are easy to put on. That's one of the things I'm grading on. So if it's got accessories, I can put them on. Too bad this wasn't a family build. And that's it. Then we got to do the green one. Oh, the green one's just as bad. You got to take off the tail and put antennas on him. I'm glad we didn't have to mutilate that, huh? So I'm just going to dump these over there. I'm not going to show all this. They were already shown in the other thing. So. And just dive right on into the quick tour real quick. And yeah, this is not too bad. It does roll pretty smooth. It's kind of top heavy though, but yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, he's really flexible and stuff. And then you have your minifigure, and you got the little bunny. She doesn't want to stand up, does she? And you got the little voodoo doll thing, and that's essentially what it is. And there's really not a whole lot that she could write in or anything like that. I think this is just meant for kids to do this and play around with. It's functional. It's a vehicle. And yeah, and that concludes the build. Now let's dive into the review. We're going to start with build quality, and nothing flaked off or anything, so that's pretty good. So it's a good, strong build experience. Despite of doing a bunch of these already, this is my 4th one. This is actually the most colorful one I've done. So I'd say it kept my interest because it's got bright, colorful parts that pop out. So yeah, this kept my interest. It wasn't something that was dull and boring. So build experience pretty good. It's got accessories. Playability, you could. For an adult, it's probably going to be lacking, but for a child, I'm sure this could be played with and stuff. No city drop in value. As far as for mocks, there's some nice pieces to build other mocks, or you can use this in a theme. So that's cool. And I think that's it. The only downside is it's not a family build. So too bad that maybe one could divide this up in such a way. I don't know. I kind of wish it was more family. This is more of a solo build, so that's kind of like the only strike there. And my final score is going to be at a 9.5 because it kept my interest. No stickers. So you don't have to fight with stickers. So that's really good. The only thing I'm dinging off 0.5 is lack of collaborative or family building and no brick separator. Okay. Really minor dings, so if I were to round it up, it'd be a 10. So it's a nice, good, bright, colorful project. You can, this would be something you could build in a spring day. So this is not bad at all. This is the type of stuff I like to see, is bright, colorful stuff. I mean, honestly, if I want to build stuff that's with black pieces, I'll build a tire or something, or a barbecue, a real barbecue out of Lego, I don't know, the colors make the build experience, they make the sets pop out. Okay. If I wanted something that looks depressing, I don't know, maybe I'll rebuild some of those old Black Panther sets, but this one's pretty good. But tell me what you think of this set.